Hey, how goes it? Ken Bosak from the BitcoinPodcast.com, here to talk about Bitcoin and Bitcoin accessories. And also, as always, we have John Crothers from Crypto Therapy. Say hi, John.
What's going on, y'all?
Well, hey, man, today Bitcoin Cash is at $456.53 on CoinMarketCap.com. What have you done with
I
your
don't blame
Bitcoin Cash?
you. um, Nothing. In fact, I just recorded a video that I haven't uploaded yet, and I'm using the Nano S, and I feel uneasy about having the Bitcoin Cash there, and I wasn't ballsy enough to do a transaction like you were. So what I did was I made sure that I had the same amount of Bitcoin Cash as I did Bitcoin, and I did a Bitcoin transaction and purchased some more hash power on hashing 24. And then I came back and made sure that none of my BCH changed or anything, and it didn't. But I'm still uneasy about making a transaction with Bitcoin Cash because I'm so afraid that my Bitcoin's just going to disappear or something. So out of fear of losing Bitcoin, I haven't done shit with my Bitcoin Cash.
Yeah, I gave away point 0.1 live to a lucky winner who had their BCH wallet copy and paste ready to go. Yeah, and I was lucky. I didn't have a replay attack. I still had the same amount of Bitcoin there, and I have a different amount of Bitcoin Cash. I'm waiting to dump it. I'll be honest. I just want some of that. I don't care if it goes to. It could go to $2,000. I don't care. I just don't want to partake in that blockchain. I'm going to get my BTC. I'll hold that. I'll spend some of my Bitcoin Cash because, well, Tooth Fairy came and left me some crypto. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, let's give a shout out to everybody in the chat box real quick. We got Biggs, Lindsay in the house. Thank you so much, Simon Lindsay. We got Gorillamo. See, these names are hard. 21 Million Club, Jeff, Pete Goldberg, ACU 5. How goes it? Thunder, Triple X. Let's see. We got Walker, Mr. Balls, as always, bounced on in. Hey, how goes it, everybody? Atrix, Bits. Alright, so, everybody, in the description box below, there is a link to enter and win point 0.1 BCH, and if we hit 100 plus live viewers, plus 50 plus likes for this show by the end of it, we'll go ahead and give it away live to one lucky winner. So go ahead and make sure you enter. Let's go ahead and get into the first article. It's, as always, brought to us by Cointelegraph, which has Bitcoin Cash at 595. Let me refresh that. Okay, 599. Bitcoin is 2,730, holding steadily since the fork. That's pretty confident building, if you ask me.
Yeah. Glad it didn't go down in price or anything like people were expecting.
I wanted it to go down in price so I could buy more. I mean, I'm the long-term Bitcoin holder, man. If it goes down, buy. I want to buy it. All right, so we got the first article here. Could SegWit 2x lead to 3 different Bitcoins? So we just got, Bitcoin Cash and BCH Bitcoin Cash and BTC Bitcoin. But in November, there's this time where the people who did agree to activate and signal SegWit, the people that didn't really support SegWit but really supported bigger blocks, when they supported SegWit, the agreement was those who supported SegWit would also in November support bigger blocks by doubling it from 1 megabyte to 2 megabytes. And if those miners now already got what they wanted, there is a chance they may not go through with that previous agreement, which could lead to another hard fork, resulting in a BTX or something, Bitcoin SegWit 2X. I don't know, or a bigger block. I don't know. Anyway, let's dig into the article. All right, so the New York agreement, which ostensibly solved, I think that word means allegedly, solved Bitcoin's scalability crisis, may actually end up causing a third Bitcoin to be created. The agreement resulted in a creation of the SegWit 2X plan, calling for the immediate implementation of segregated witness and agreeing to a November hard fork that will double the Bitcoin block size. While this sounds entirely logical, the problem is that SegWit 2X is a compromise. Like all compromises, neither side gets everything they want.
You hit 4K subs.
Oh, I hit 4K subs? I hit 4K subs! I hit 4K subs!
No.
Oh, also, cryptotherapy's link apparently doesn't work in any of the videos.
Oh, cryptotherapy. I gotta fix your link in my description box. Apparently it doesn't work for any of your videos. I'll fix that.
So,
Sorry.
Other than that, you're good to return.
Alright, anyway,
Return
back back to the article. Not an ordinary compromise. SegWit 2X isn't an ordinary compromise, though. One side, the big blockers, had to grant an immediate concession by activating segregated witness. They now have to trust that one other side's SegWit supporters will follow through with their promised block size increase in a few months. November, like I said. Yo, ACU5s, thank you so much for the super chat, bro. You totally rock. Alright, back to the article. However, having received what they wanted, the implementation of segregated witness to be exact, the SegWit camp could easily renege, I guess that's, go back on their word, on their promise to increase the block size. I hate how writers or, publishers and shit use, like, fancy words. Like, we gotta go get the...
Google, like, what, thesaurus, what's a better word for this?
There used to be, like, a word map, like a key map that would just be, like, at the bottom of articles that are like, these are the weird, nerdy words I use. Like, it would make it easier for people. Like, why don't they have that word map? Anyway... If this happens, miners who supported big blocks might go ahead and launch the hard fork anyway. This could result in BTC SegWit, what we have today, Bitcoin Cash launched on August 1st, with little miner support at present, and BTC SegWit 2X. Alright, such a split would actually be significantly more damaging than the Bitcoin Cash chain split, since it would presumably have the support of a larger number of miners. And they cover this. It's also likely that some non-big block miners would also go along with the fork, since they promised to do so when they signed the agreement where the big block supporters said that they would go ahead and signal SegWit. So that is very possible. Is that Jameson Lopp, software engineer at BitGo, tweeted today? So now that we have two Bitcoin forks thanks to Bcash, are forks still doing SegWit 2X? Because that's how you get 3 Bitcoin forks. And then there's a little story down here. What was that?
So that's how you get zombies too.
Yeah, dude, do you want ants? Because that's how you get ants. And then there's some, political shit down here that goes back about religion. It's just something filler. But, yeah, Bitcoin split. It did its thing. And hopefully in November, it doesn't have any, people that promise to go ahead and increase the block size, that being the segregated witness camp, SegWit camp. As long as they go through with their promise, we'll be fine. And I highly doubt that we'll see 3 Bitcoin. But there is a chance. And in crypto, anything can happen. So just keep an open mind. I mean, maybe one day we'll wake up to another free airdrop of Bitcoin money.
Now, is this because Bitcoin Core is not on board with SegWit 2X?
Yeah, but they already forked, so it doesn't matter what they do. It matters what happens on the BTC chain now, and everybody that's signaling SegWit there needs to go ahead and get on with the program when the big block fork comes along. And as long as everybody's on board with that, we'll just keep on trucking.
Yeah. Well, I hope it all turns out fine.
Yeah, me too. Hey, guys in the chat box, don't forget, if you use emojis, it really helps your comments and questions stand out. If you use a super chat, that really helps your comment or question stand out, really helps support the show. And my lovely girlfriend over here who's moderating the chat, she'll shout out some questions as you post them if she deems them worthy. So earn her love and respect. She is the voice. The voice.
And we wouldn't be having this issue with this whole forking shit if it wasn't for greed, huh?
Greed, baby. Nothing but greed. That's what makes the world go round. Greed and people who know how to take advantage of it.
Shit.
So you want to go ahead, brother, and read that other article, or a little bit of it maybe, where can Bitcoin be traded like gold? A lot of people like to think of Bitcoin being gold and being the new gold, and trying to compare it to something that's it's previously trying to replace. But I feel like that's trying to compare the internet to postal, the Pony Express. But anyway, you want to go ahead and take that article?
Sure. But if you look at the image on the article first, gnomes or minions or whatever mining Bitcoin. So if you're wondering how all this mining stuff works, that's actually how it works right there. These are, for example, little Genesis miners, maybe, maybe back there in the back is a hashing 24 miner or something. So that's how it all works, just in case you were wondering. Okay? That's what's under the hood. But anyway, down in the article, cryptocurrencies such as the famous Bitcoin have made the news in recent years. Analysts feel that they may become a viable alternative to the traditional credit card, while others tout their anonymous nature, which is ideal for performing discrete transactions with other parties. However, it's interesting to note that Bitcoin is now being valued as a commodity. To illustrate this fact, Bitcoin is currently priced more than gold in terms of equal amounts. To appreciate the potential ramifications of how Bitcoin could impact the marketplace in the future, it is important to examine the present gold prices and how they relate to cryptocurrencies. But I like the fact that it's somewhat anonymous. That's what keeps people from stealing your shit, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when you're trading gold, you're still just trading a digital ledger. It's not like you're on the exchange and they're immediately shipping you gold back and forth physically so you can hold it. Somebody else is literally in charge of your gold, just like when your money's in the bank. Somebody else is literally in charge of your money.
Right. Has gold lost its luster?
Yep.
At the time that this article was written, gold was hovering around $1,233 per ounce. Some investors are surprised at this bearish flavor, as a handful predicted that gold would benefit despite everything that is going on in the Trump administration. This simply hasn't happened, and while we have witnessed some modest gains, the yellow metal still seems to be floating amidst the flotsam and jetsam of uncertain time. Let's look at Bitcoin price. Bitcoin is currently valued at approximately $2,600, a far cry than the price of gold. This has investors questioning whether Bitcoin will eventually become a viable form of trading, which it already is. There have already been some who have capitalized on such upward momentum in the past. The main questions involve the mechanics of Bitcoin, who is using them, and if they can be traded in the same manner as gold. It's actually kind of easier to trade than gold, I think. A closer look at Bitcoin, the first thing to note is that the value of Bitcoin is impacted by similar variables which can cause gold to fluctuate. Some examples include supply and demand, market volatility, the ability to secure the blockchain, a digital ledger of transactions, the impact of the media geopolitical events and investor speculation. Having said this, the main reason why Bitcoin has gained value is that additional countries such as Japan and China are becoming more lenient in regard to the transactions made in this type of currency. It is also important to point out that the current malware attacks may have caused the tech-savvy individuals to begin considering as a secure alternative to other forms of electronic transactions that may be subject to a data theft. The main question is whether the general investor will eventually be able to become involved with the cryptocurrency sector. Yeah. Can Bitcoin be traded like gold? Gold has risen 10% so far during 2017. Bitcoin an incredible 153%. So it is clear to see why some might be interested in Bitcoin investment. However, it is possible to trade the electronic currency using the same technique as a gold trade. The primary that Bitcoin can be traded within private Bitcoin exchanges. Some can view Some can view it much in the same way as forex transaction, as the investor is essentially exchanging the value of one currency for another. It is still not known if these exchanges will become more prevalent in the future. The utility of the Bitcoin. Bitcoin has already featured prominently in large transactions. For example, a yacht valued at $1 million was purchased as far back as 2014. We can only assume that other private transactions have occurred for far more virtual money. We will witness a time when Bitcoin trades like gold. Will we witness a time when Bitcoin trades like gold? What we can say for sure already now is that the current momentum has definitely caught the attention of investors. But yes, it can be traded like gold. And they said that a yacht was purchased with Bitcoin.
That's the first thing I think I'm going to spend my big Bitcoin on, man. When Bitcoin goes, worth it, I'm trading it for a yacht.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if the really anonymous coins like Monero, like the drug lords and shit, are using that yet, because they make millions and millions of dollars. They got this problem with storage. They're having to burn their money and shit because they don't have room to hold onto it and shit, or put it into the walls or whatever. But they could easily hold on to it digitally with something like Monero or Bitcoin or whatever.
You know what? Yeah. Dude, I'm looking at the Bitcoin price on CoinMarketCap, and Bitcoin is 2,685, as Bitcoin Cash is 488. So yeah, the volatility is real right now, man. But back to Bitcoin and gold. You know what? I like how people have to compare something to something else. Something can't ever be its own thing. Everybody needs to be oh, it's the Uber of fucking, I don't know, whatever, broccoli. It's the Uber of broccoli. It's got to be this of that. It's got to be, I don't like it. Bitcoin is gold. No, Bitcoin is Bitcoin. Gold is gold. To each their own. Apples and oranges are fruit, but that's about the same as they get. It's two different things. You can compare them, I guess, but I mean they're so different. You're really trying to compare them.
Yeah.
But like you said about the drug lords,
my Bitcoin, but I don't want to sell my Bitcoin. It's more valuable.
You were saying something though about drug lords using anonymous money like Monero or Dash or Zcash. I don't really think technology is as big. The technology is as big as you think. I feel like we all expect Bitcoin to be so much bigger than it really is. It's still on a petri dish in some room somewhere on the back shelf. That's how big it is. It's very small, in the aspect of the real world, the whole world. Like how much do you think a cam girl or a porn star could make on Steam It? A lot of fucking money, and they would do that for advertising their videos on their own website. So if a girl makes porn from home and she has her own website, she usually makes a trailer for her videos and puts it on Twitter, and she gets nothing. For all those likes and all those retweets, she gets nothing. But if she were to upload that trailer with all that awesome porn in it on the Steam It, she would get upvotes and re-steams, and she would earn just from putting out the trailer. And then people would go to the website and buy the videos. And I think that's almost the same logic. I just don't think technology has the Bitcoin and crypto technology has that audience yet. I think we're still like 5 years away from stuff like where drug lords are using Monero and porn stars are using Steam It or yours.
Yeah, well, I know that if I were to, break bad all of a sudden and start making a bunch of money selling drugs and shit, that's what I would be doing. Well, I guess if I could launder it, too much of it, then the IRS gets noticed, right?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. The IRS may one day hire all those Bitcoin coders that hunt down thefts. There's a big group of people that are white hat hackers in this industry, and they even managed to locate the funds that were stolen years ago from Mt. Gox and managed to trace them, track them, and prove that they were laundered through Bitcoin or BTC-E. So I would be very careful trying to launder and mix, and I mean even bitmixer.io stepped out of the game. There's a reason people step away from this for when they start using it, because it really isn't anonymous unless you know what you're doing. Oh, ACU5, thank you for another super chat. Shout out to porn.
Bigly huge.
I just lost all of my viewers because now they're watching porn.
Yeah, right? Well, I'm going to re-upload this video on
So,
Steam.
so right now we have 69 live viewers. We have 36 thumbs up. If we can get to over 50 thumbs up and over 100 live viewers, one of you will win 0.1 BCH, Bitcoin Cash. So what is that worth right now? That's worth about $50, right?
You said 0.1 or 1?
0.1, 0.1, 0.1, bro, 0.1.
Somebody said 420.
Pivx is still working on, Pivx. Pivx going to be working on a lot for a while.
I kind of wish I still had my Pivx. Let's see what the price is at right now. I sold it just under $2.
Yeah, I got in at like 50 cents, and I'm still holding it because Pivx does have a chance to catch up to Dash one day, someday, and I risk the amount of money I'm willing to bet on that.
It's at $1.96 right now.
Oh, well, I mean, that's a thought.
Yeah. Take some profits. I want this shit at.
Well, I mean, the only reason I would take profit is because I can't get it on my hardware wallet. Which, by the way, guys, if you have Bitcoin on your ledger, here's a quick how-to. So you plug your ledger in, you go to Ledger Manager, you download the Bitcoin Cash wallet onto your ledger through Ledger Manager, then you go ahead and open the Bitcoin Cash app on your ledger, open the Bitcoin app on your computer, that's through Chrome. You will then click on Bitcoin Cash option, and then you will click on the split option. You will go over to receive, you can copy that address, you can go back a step, go to main this time, and then you can send to your split address, and then you'll have your Bitcoin Cash split, and that way you're not using it on the main chain. I found that out earlier this morning, so I figured I'd pass that along.
We got a question here. What's your view on Bitfinex creating Eth10X?
I think it's awesome. I think that's awesome. I think the future is decentralized exchanges, and I think they know that. So I guess they're preparing for the future with that.
Bitfinex is not something I've ever fucked with. So what's this Eth10X thing?
A lot of people that trade and do long, like big lending, they do it on Bitfinex. Or is that Bittrex? No, Bittrex is the one no.
Matrix is the one that we use.
Yeah, I use Bittrex. So yeah, Bitfinex is the one a lot of people I know use for lending or loaning or whatever.
So lending me like what they had on Poloniex?
Yeah, exactly. Which was down for like fucking 8 hours today.
Okay. Yeah, I closed my account out with Poloniex months ago, but I was hoping that Bittrex would get something like that. But now that I know, maybe I'll have to go check out Bitfinex. But you know, there's another exchange that I've never fucked with that I heard people talking about, Kraken, and I set up an account, logged in, and I fucking hate it. I don't like the the layout, the interface.
Get on Bittrex
So,
or a Bitfinex. That's the one we use, right? Bitfinex?
We use Bittrex.
Bittrex. Dude, they're so the same. Use Bittrex. Bittrex is awesome.
I know, I use
Yeah,
Bittrex,
you use Bittrex.
so
My
I'm
girlfriend uses
assuming-
Bittrex, so yeah, we use Bittrex.
I don't know why I would use
Yeah,
it. You
I-
don't.
Oh yeah, Gene down here. Gene said that it's for margin trading as well. So there you go, margin trading for Bitfinex. That's what it was. Thank you, Mad Crypto and everybody. That's what Bitfinex is for, margin trading. A lot of people do and don't like the idea of that. If you have enough to leverage, you can really fake out the market, and if you know what you're doing, you can fuck around. But I don't margin trade at all because it's way too sketchy for me.
Yeah, you know what? You want to go take out more than you can chew, lose all your shit.
Nope, I only gamble what I can afford to lose. Hey, it's getting close to time for our guest. Give me 1 second, make sure everything's working, because last time we had some technical difficulties. But yeah, John, go ahead and entertain our audience. I will be back with our guest.
Yeah, me too. I'll be right back.
Gene wants to take off. I was like, $100. Super
Oh
chat.
man.
$100 super chat, James Bond, and I'll take my shirt off just for you.
Shane says he hated the Kraken interface as well. Yeah, it looks fucking. I logged in, I made an account, and now I wish I didn't have an account. Let's see. JPAR says he hasn't messed with Bitcoin Cash yet.
Well, a lot of people are holding
he,
it.
He and I have the same kind of mindset.
So they
Huh?
work for you guys.
Yeah, a lot of people are holding it. I can't even send it anywhere. I would have sold it already, but I can't. Bittrex, that's the one I use. Their Bitcoin Cash, and they're calling it BCC, by the way. Their wallet's under maintenance, so it's been nothing but a freaking nightmare.
Yeah, same thing on Cryptopia. Cryptopia was supporting the split as well, and you can sell over there, but their wallet is under maintenance too.
Yeah, I
you
heard
know,
Koinami was the best to be on. They were the best for this situation, I heard.
You know, JPAR and I have the same mindset. We're like he said we like sending from exchange to exchange, you know, from one wallet to another on the exchanges, because it's like, oh, it's not going to show up. And I had that same mindset. And you know, him talking about not touching his Bitcoin Cash yet. He's like, we're in the same boat. It's like, I'm scared. He's scared. You know, it's funny. We, you know, thinking the same way. Kraken could just change their font and be so much better. Most exchanges are waiting for 20 blocks. Yeah, aren't they behind?
Yeah.
On blocks. Work out there. I guess that was a yes.
I'm sorry, I'm reading something else. I'm trying to get the guest on.
Oh, only did 4 blocks. Yeah, so I guess they bit off more than they could chew.
Wow.
You know, I was watching Ryan Hustle earlier, and he was saying that you know, when they forked, the difficulty came with it. You know, so there's less miners on that chain, and the difficulty is the same. So they were having trouble trying to keep up. Oh, look who it is!
Yes, we have our guest. So I want to introduce Eve.
Kenn
Actually,
disappeared.
Eve,
I'm still here.
Eve, if you don't mind, could you please introduce yourself? Let everybody know how you got into cryptocurrencies and what you do now in cryptocurrency space.
There's Ken, are you back? Are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me? Hello? Yo, can you hear me?
Well, anyway, I guess he'll join us in a second. Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself and let everybody know who you are?
My name is Evelina Wyand.
Can you hear me?
Okay. So my name is Evelina Wyand. I'm a veteran. I was in the Air Force for 11
Eve,
years.
you gotta speak up. Nobody can hear me.
And I've been out of the military for now 3.5 years, almost 4. And I started getting into crypto right around like, I would say almost 3 years ago, about something like that, 3.5 years ago. And I've been a super enthusiast.
I don't know why no one can hear me.
Yeah.
I got Bitcoin stocks on.
So nobody can hear me.
Sounds good. What did you do in the Air Force?
The medical acquisition, and I have like a list of things that I used to do for the Air Force. Physical trainer. In the medical logistics, you have like several different small departments. So I was in acquisitions, medical equipment, contracting a little bit, vehicle management, hazmat certifier, precious metals, vault manager, war reserve manager, your systems administrator. So,
Yeah, you did it all, huh?
Hey, I'm sorry to interrupt. Can you guys hear me now?
you know, they, what is it, jack of all trades?
They still can't hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you on YouTube.
I don't think on Hangouts they can
Are you
hear
able
me.
to hear Ken?
No, I can't hear him at all.
Yeah,
I don't know
Ken, we can't hear you.
why
I don't know if you can hear
my
us.
mic's not working.
Okay, so have you ever tried like Kenn stuff or anything like that?
I don't know what's
Tried what?
happening. Hangouts can't hear me. YouTube can hear me though.
YouTube can hear me though. Okay. You still broke up there. I still don't know what you're asking me.
Okay. Hear me now?
Yeah. I can hear you. It was just the web chat. It cut you out. I can hear you though.
So we were supposed to be talking about Bitcoin, I think, right?
Yo,
guess-
I
don't even
can't.
know
I'm
if
so
YouTube
sorry,
can
YouTube.
hear us. They
I
said
don't
that
know
they can
why
hear
he
Ken,
can't hear me.
But I don't know if they can hear us.
I don't know what to do.
They were
I don't know what to do.
Ken's girlfriend is asking if you can speak any louder.
Okay. I can.
Hi. I don't know why my audio is not working for Google Hangouts.
No?
I don't know, because I can hear you fine.
John, you can hear me?
How's that? Can you hear me better now?
Can anybody hear me on Google
Yeah,
Hangouts?
Way better? Okay.
Dude, that's so weird. My apologies to YouTube. I don't know what to do.
Everybody asked me about this shirt hat, just so you know.
There's,
Well,
I
it's got
can't
Ken
even
on the
pretend.
side, yeah.
What's that?
I didn't even notice I had Ken Bosak on the side here. Yeah. So it works. That's
Oh, this is so stupid. I'm sorry, guys.
And then Rebecca says asking me about Bitcoin, and I'm just like,
Is it working now?
There he is.
Alright, cool. I had to call in from a different window. I hope it works on YouTube. So, Eve, you can hear me now?
yes,
Success!
Yes.
Yes!
fuck it.
I was starting to really get, like, I was like, oh my god, we're live. Alright, the show's over. That's it. We're shutting it down. I'm gonna go back and I'm just gonna make videos about, I don't know.
Nah, bro, you're fine.
I saw your Bitcoin socks and I freaking love them. I like that shirt. Where'd you get it?
The shirt the cat made, remember?
Yeah, I know. I remember. I'm kidding.
Oh, it says ask me about Bitcoin on the back.
I can't believe I was just left out of this conversation for so long. Eve, let's go ahead and tell everybody like how you got into crypto and what you do in the industry now, and then I'd like to get into some of what you do outside of crypto as well.
Okay, a long time ago, in 2011, I actually passed an ATM Bitcoin machine. Let's not concentrate on that, okay? 3.5 years ago, finally, I got into Bitcoin, you know? After I left the military, and what I normally try to do is just create awareness, especially with my veterans, because I feel like they don't have enough time to actually get into cryptocurrency. It is pretty detailed, but I really feel like in the next 20 years, this is really going to emerge into the public and private sector. So if we curb the ball and get those people in, especially since they're so like hands-on with technology and stuff like that most of the time, I think that it would be a good way to try and like bridge the gap for like jobs and stuff like that for veterans. It's just my point of view. But yeah, so I trade, day trade sometimes. I am a big enthusiast in cryptocurrency. I've been seeing Bitcoin since it was around 200 to 450, and I couldn't figure out how to get it. It was just me, guys. You know, it was me by myself. I thought I was gonna be by myself keep the rest of my life in crypto. Then I found a whole load of people that are in crypto.
Welcome to the family.
I love it.
Can you do me a favor? I hate to ask again. Can you get closer to your microphone? It's really hard to hear you.
How's that?
It might be a little bit better. We'll try it out. I'm sorry.
Hold on, maybe it's just muffled because I got it. Hold on. Maybe it was just being covered. There you go. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, that's a little bit better. So, you said you day trade a little bit. What kind of cryptocurrencies do you day trade in and out of?
And honestly, I keep it to a median. You know, I try to stay on the top points, but then I also go and I dig a little bit with, you know, the technology and what it's doing. And if I can see that it's gonna go somewhere, then I kind of just pick, you know, some bottom points, and then kind of just leverage from there and drop them out when I see a little bit of some type of profit to it, and then I do it all over again, you know. And I started doing it with ICOs too now.
I wish I dumped my first ICO. I'm still bag holding now, and it was at $7 a token when it came out, and I was like, oh, you know, I should probably go dump this. And I was too lazy, and I didn't do anything. And now I'm bag holding.
It's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work to jump in and out of everything. You know, like literally, I think that I found hemp because it really helps me with my face, with my bags. When I have bags, dude, and I don't sleep for like 3 or 4 days, I'm like, I just put it with my. It takes away the puffiness, you know. I'm aging, dude.
So am I.
This crypto stuff is killing us.
It is. It's stressful. Did you see the video the other day when I thought my account went to all zeros? That was stressful.
No, I was watching the video. Where you told. I forgot your name. I'm sorry. I apologize.
John, speak up, John.
Yeah, John. Yeah.
You told him to take over, and you're over here like this. Just some nano drops, man. Like, that's it. You know? I just poured. Actually, you know what? I can use a little bit more.
Oh, I love those things. Yo, thank you so much for introducing me to that.
It's like bomb, dude. Like, honestly, you know.
Do you have a
What's that?
do you have a YouTube channel or?
No. No, this is my first live ever.
Ah.
Yeah, welcome to YouTube, Eve.
You were asking who you were, so I didn't know who you were either, so I was just asking for them.
Pop the YouTube cherry out, right?
Yeah, you should start a YouTube channel and talk about, you know, your cryptocurrencies and your experiences with the medical supplements you have.
Yeah, man. I totally do that, except for I need to do it yet. I'm getting around.
You'd probably do very well too, because there's not a whole lot of women in the crypto space doing YouTube videos. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, Amanda B. Johnson just went on hiatus for the year.
What's that?
Amanda B. Johnson, she's a female in the crypto space, a very few and far in between, and she just went on vacation, I believe, for a year.
For a year.
She made some bank. She was promoting Dash. She was working for Dash and getting paid in Dash by Dash. So, yeah, she can retire, I guess, now.
You know I'm stuck in Scranton though, right? You understand that? I can still travel, but I'm pretty much here locked in because my daughter is here. So she's about to be 12 years old, you know? I got a filter so I can be here with her, for her. So really, honestly, this is what I'm doing, you know? This is Blockchain 570. It's a community meetup that we have here. We're kind of collaborating with each other, and we're talking about different projects that we're wanting to do, like mining and other things that we're kind of like bringing up subjects about what we could possibly leverage in this area to kind of try and do. So we're kind of brainstorming, you know, working on some projects.
Meetup.com/blockchain570, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yep,
And
make
I
sure.
have my friend over in South Korea, Jason. I partner with him on, you know, a private project that we're doing right now. It's research based and it's in the mining field for crypto too. So we have like a 3 partnership right now for veterans there, and he's actually the kimchi sock owner for Bitcoin socks. So I gave Kenn the link so that if anybody wants to buy socks, the link is on my website. You have a website, that's right.
Well, I'll make sure I have links in the description box to all of that. And I would like to say that meetups are very important. So, I mean, you're doing a big service to the space by holding and hosting and organizing meetups in general about blockchain technologies. I mean, that's how we met. We met at the Philadelphia Bitcoin meetup.
Well, there every month, man. You know, drag my butt from Scranton to Philly every month.
Well, this one's going to be outside at a pop-up bar, so we're going to be able to get a little lit and hang out and make an actual, like, you know, not so formal meetup, more of a let's get drunk and talk crypto.
We always need to be able to talk crypto with each other so we know what's going on and stuff like that. You meet people that come and, you know, just more relax and stuff like that. So it's nice.
Have you seen any people at your meetups over in Scranton at blockchain? I keep forgetting with the 570. I don't know why I can't remember that 570.
Okay, your code here, so it's easy for people to remember that. So whenever I go out, I just tell them to remember blockchain and then the area.
Oh, see, there you go. It's the area code. So have you seen in that area an uptick in interest in crypto since you started the meetups, or has it been about the same?
No. There's been more. It's just a little bit scatty right now because of the fact that it is summertime. So some people are in and out right now. But I think the last one, I think we had like close to 7 people. That was a lot for us. You know what I mean? Like when you're meeting up with people that you don't know about cryptocurrency, first of all, you know, it's a trust thing. You need to be able to understand who's in the space and what they're doing, what they're all about, and stuff like that. And there's a lot of noobs too. This last one, I took my son and I took his 2 friends, 17 and 14-year-old, because I feel like it's really important also, besides the fact that they kept me up till like 5 o'clock in the morning because they did something they were supposed to. But but I brought them with me because I feel like they need to be educated. You know what I'm saying? This is their future. They need to understand it, that it's there, and kind of understand where it's going to be going to. They're 17 years old. They're about to be 18 years old, you know, so it's like voting. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Vote for your future.
Yeah, it's the kids that grow up to be good with money are the kids that were raised to be good with money, and this is the next money. So I mean, it's very important to have our children understanding of this. I mean, honestly, if you come from any public education, you know that their interest in teaching you about finance is zero. The public educational system, is almost incentivized not to educate you about finance, so you can go into the system and be a debt creator, which is what the system is based on, debt creation. So, I mean, I think that's great that you're teaching the kids about blockchain. What kind of questions do you get from them? Is it like, more about Bitcoin, or is it more about money itself?
Well, I actually use FutureNet to help them understand it too. They're FutureNet, most of them are the younger kids because that's so media is like so important. You know what I mean? And I really feel like social media is gonna be the future as well. Talk to somebody else about medical records and blockchain and for people to be able to open themselves. And I also believe that's information as well. So, it is a future, for us to be able to integrate the blockchain technology with all the so for them to understand how to current Bitcoin right now would be
Sorry to interrupt. Sorry to interrupt. John, I think your audio's cutting us in and out, man.
My audio?
Yeah.
There's nothing going on here.
Sorry, I can hear it, and your screen keeps popping up. I know, I was opening it. Yeah, your audio sounds echoey too. I can hear myself when I talk to you, John.
I'll just mute it for a sec. Go ahead.
All right, Eve. Sorry about that. That should work. There was some kind of audio issue.
I mean, I just feel like in Scranton, especially, like there's no real job opportunities. People are always complaining about us being down under. The schools are always like complaining that they're gonna close out. They're in debt. They did shut down last year like two times. I'm sorry. And it was all about finances. And when you start looking at the ledgers of the education and stuff like that, you start to see that it's really based on the area that it's from, and it's not really even being governed properly, but it's just very complicated. Basically, we're in debt up to our butts in our, education, like funding, and it's bad. It's really bad. So I always tell my son, make sure you figure out the best way to continue educating and understanding everything that is out there to understand for the future so that you're better off,
Right.
So it's almost a teach here,
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of like education, I wanted to see like what kind of interest are you seeing from your fellow soldiers? Like you used to serve, right? So and you said you work with the veterans and in cryptocurrencies. Plus you have your like medical supplies that you have. So I feel like you have like a very unique footing for a very unique crowd. I'm just curious, what do like the soldiers think about cryptocurrencies when you talk to them about it? Because some people consider Bitcoin to be like an anarchist currency, which it kind of is, and it's kind of interesting to see what they would think about something like that.
I get that a lot too. I get that point of view where it's like, isn't that like laundered money and stuff like that? I'm like, it can be if, technically they're have been doing it, but the reality is that you can actually leverage your money and you're going into a whole new form of how to be able to safeguard your money. For me specifically, I tell them, I feel like, okay, like I was in Hurricane Katrina and I had to like leave right away, and then I ended up leaving and not being able to get my government card that they usually give me so that I can take it with me for emergencies. And so I ended up being like without funds. I didn't think that it was going to be that bad. Nobody really did because we always used to get hurricanes like that. And then they released this like very small amount of time frame to actually be able to go, and it's like literally I saw the eye of the hurricane passing from the way like when I was passing to Florida. You know what I mean? Like it was bad. And it just like to me I see it as a state fail. You know what I mean? I see basically what has happened to me recently personally, how people can actually go into your bank accounts, into your credit cards and wipe you out is like just mind blowing that you can be left without any finances. And with cryptocurrency, I mean there's really a safety for it.
Yep,
So
exactly. Push, not pull.
for me, it's like definitely, you know what I mean? Like I honestly, I see it as the best technology that's out there. Is it equivalent to, as a war reserve material manager and thinking globally and as a humanitarian, I see it as for domestic violence people. I see it for veterans who are across the board. I need to have funding to know wherever they're at, like within minutes, because whatever reason, you know. And then I also see it as like the different projects that they have going on for humanitarian causes. You know, logistically speaking, it's just amazing the advances that they've made in technology to be able to safeguard some of these refugees out there. You know, and it's just the list just continues going on. How it's like mind blowing, and I keep telling people, you know, it's a supply chain that is. It's just so explosive that I can't even. When I first started seeing it, I was just like, honestly, I can't even put it in words how it will impact the future is going to be extremely extraordinary, and that's just my point of view.
That's amazing. That's perfectly well said. We have a question from the audience. They want to know what the panel's top 5 cryptocurrencies are. So I'd like to start with you, and then John, if your microphone's working, you can chime in and let us know what your top 5 are, and then I'll follow up. So Eve, what are your top 5 cryptocurrencies and why?
Bitcoin will always be the gateway. You know, I will always see it as a pathway. I mean, possibly we're going to have to be going through a lot of different softwares, updates and stuff like that. But I feel that, you know, it's a pretty sustainable system. Besides, you know, them having to upgrade and, you know, be able to expand further to continue to see it. But I also think at the same point, Ethereum is doing some great things. It's a multiple platform. You do smart-based contracts. Like I mentioned before, I was in contracting as well. I saw this when it was like $9 and I barely started getting into crypto. I was telling my significant other, and I'm like, this is mind blowing, you know. And that Litecoin, you know, Ripple, I see it because I believe that, you know, banks are gonna have to get in at some point, and it's gonna be like a PayPal too, you know. And people are gonna want to have that median, you know. This one, two. I still think you're in plastic, and I still think that the report that just happened, I'm going to be looking my so that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I heard Swarm City on the list. It didn't make it. The sweet token.
To be honest with you, I really want to try and keep myself in the top 5, where I see the most innovation globally. You know what I mean? I see them and I see what they're doing, and I'm completely like with them. But I really want, like, those are my top 5.
Got it.
You know?
I can totally respect that. That's a well put. John, let's go ahead and test your audio and let us know what your top 5 cryptocurrencies are for the audience. They asked the panel, and let us know why they're your top 5.
Chime. Can you hear me?
Yes, sounds good. You sound good, man.
Okay, well, I don't even think I have 5.
Oh, okay, fancy.
You know, Ash, right? No, just joking. It's never mind. I hate that shit. Coin is always just like everybody. Everybody likes Bitcoin.
What's Bitcoin?
What's that?
I was like, what's Bitcoin?
Oh, it's like this digital gold. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Can it be traded like gold?
Somewhat, I guess, according to an article, maybe. But yeah, and everybody knows why we like Bitcoin. Everybody likes Bitcoin. But then I also like Ethereum Classic. Some more projects will be developed on Ethereum Classic, and the reason I like Ethereum Classic over Ethereum is because they're going to have that cap, you know. And I like coins that have a cap. Oh yeah, but number 2 would have to be Litecoin. You know, I put that out of order. You know, I like Litecoin because it seems like it's a digital silver, and it's just a better Bitcoin, really. It's fast. It's drama free. I just fucking like it. But yeah, those are my top 3. And if I had to go to 5, I guess I'd throw Dash in there, just because it's fast and it has the potential to go up in value, to be used everywhere, just like Bitcoin. But I really just use it as an investment vehicle to get more Bitcoin, And let me just shoot in the dark here and pick something. BitConnect, yeah, BitConnect's my favorite.
That's going places, man. It's going places. I heard that coin's going to go to number 1 eventually.
But I guess I'd have to say Golem would be one of my other favies, because I like the whole distributed supercomputer thing, where if you have a project that you're working on, it's going to take one computer a whole lot of time to compute massive amounts of ones and zeros to take care of something, and you can use Golem to distribute that processing power among all these computers around the world to get the job done. And I guess that had to be my number 5.
All right. Good team. I like your fantasy coin team there. Of course, as always, Bitcoin. For me, I guess that's my main pick. I love Bitcoin because of the technology it could become, not just the use case of being money today. I like the idea of Bitcoin being code for something, and its use case will be much more important than being money or transfer of value, and that'll make Bitcoin's blockchain so much more valuable than just being money. Plus, the fact that it can be money adds value to the blockchain again. And second, Litecoin for sure. I love Litecoin. I like and dislike that I know who created it. I like knowing that I can be like, yeah, that guy. Yeah, he made my money. And I'm also worried that the government can go, hey, that guy made that guy's money. Lock him up. Ethereum, I like Ethereum a lot. I like the idea that it promises of being the Internet of Things and being smart contracts. And I also right now really like the idea that it is the GoFundMe Kickstarter of blockchain programs and blockchain accessories. You know what I mean? Like, I just think it's great that they became something that they didn't even see coming. And that is what decentralized cryptocurrencies and blockchain technologies are all about. You design it, and it evolves into something that even Vitalik didn't even see coming. And I think he even said this. He said that, Ethereum has come so far from what he thought it would be. It's something so much more different than he ever intended. All right, so how many was that? Was that 10 of them? Did I do 8 coins? What was that, 3? Number 4 would be Golem. I love Golem, man. I'm with you on that whole decentralized computing power. I think I've said this before. There's a lot of homeless people that have iPhones. Pretty much every homeless person has an iPhone, and they're really powerful machines. And 2-3 years from now, homeless people will have iPhone 7s. And they'll be really powerful machines, and they'll be valued probably at like $50 because that's just how iPhones work. You can get an iPhone 6 right now for probably $100 and an iPhone 5 for $50. And a homeless person has an iPhone. Every homeless person has an iPhone. So they could plug that iPhone in any random outlet and just let Golem like rent out their processing power. They could do some very small tasks in the background and earn cryptocurrencies. So like that's just one thought I had about it. There's so many other that are amazing. Imagine institutions and giant computer warehouses and server centers that aren't being used to their full potential that could just rent out this extra space like an Airbnb but for computational power. And last but not least, what was that?
I just never thought about that, but damn, yeah. So That gives you an incentive to buy a bunch of computer
Yeah,
covers.
yeah, bunch of thoughts going up in this head, bro. When people start talking about blockchains, I'm like, it can do this and it can do that. What if it could do this? Like, it's a beautiful mind up here. Sometimes when no one's looking, I draw in the window.
We just talking about that at the meetup about how there was this school, university who was supposed to be getting the supercomputer, and instead of getting the supercomputer, they just bought like 500 PlayStation 4s. It was cheaper.
It was cheaper.
You know?
That is such a waste of resources.
No.
Although I kind of side, if I was one of the kids, I would have been like, yeah, the PlayStation was a better idea.
I mean, if it was cheaper, you know, that's all that it is when you're talking about logistically how can you build something that's cheaper. It's, you know,
Yeah.
cheaper is cheaper.
Oh, and number 5. I don't think I covered my number 5. Cryptocurrency. I don't like saying altcoin. Cryptocurrency. Give me one sec. Let me run through my basic attention token. It's a tie. I'm gonna have to make no. It's gonna see. I said number 5. Yeah, basic attention token. And I'm gonna throw in the hat right now, and I'm gonna cheat with number 6 being Waves platform because I think Waves is really interesting. But the basic attention token that Brave browser has, I think that once they really start using it, it's going to be big. I already know that I hate ads on the browser. Like, has anybody ever used eBay or Amazon to look something up, and next thing you know, you're on Facebook and you're on your browser trying to Google search something, and that thing that you looked up to buy on eBay or Amazon's like everywhere in ad form all around your screen? Well, basic attention token would basically be a reserve on your browser, and you would pay the advertisers to basically fuck off so you can get your screen real estate back. And I personally don't mind paying for that. I pay for Hulu Plus to avoid some of the ads in certain situations. I pay for YouTube Red because I want to avoid the ads, which is kind of biased because I'm a YouTuber and I need the ads. The ads are my revenue. But
why that though?
Basic attention token?
Yeah.
Because I like the idea of like funding and fueling my browser to make ads just go away. Like I like the idea of advertisements. I think that it's great, and the ability to have like a premium interaction with the internet. That's what I want. I'll pay for that premium interaction with my browser, so I'm not being subjectified to advertisements that lay little eggs in my brain that make me want to buy shit that I don't necessarily want to buy just because I saw a girl with big boobs looking happy with it. Fuck Carl's Jr.
That shit's creepy. Oh my god. Like, you go down the store, you're talking about something, and it just pops up on your Amazon. It's like really creepy sometimes.
Yeah, you could be using Facebook Messenger, and you're talking about like Ray-Ban sunglasses, and next thing you know, through Facebook Messenger, your Instagram account is getting sponsored ads by Ray-Ban. It's like, how did this happen to me? How did I get here?
I told you that's why I like the internet, because on Facebook, okay, my video, when my ex-husband sent me a video of my daughter, I clicked on it, and it was a video where I was at the club dancing, okay, literally. Doing face recognition on Facebook.
Yes.
We're getting sold out, man. We're getting tipped out.
Yeah, our data is their revenue stream, and the more data we create for them, the more money we make for them. We are literally cash cows. If cows create beef that makes that industry go, we are the cows, and the beef is the data, and we just keep supplying them with free beef, and they keep selling it, and we get nothing for it. I'm not the biggest fan of Steemit. I think that they could use a little bit of there's a tweak here or there they could really use because the whole whale scenario kind of sucks. But I think that there's going to be more and more need for these decentralized social networks that reward people for creating value for the platforms that they choose to use. Eve, we are running up on our show's time. I didn't make our goal where we ask for 100 plus live viewers or 50 plus likes. We didn't get there, so I will not be able to give away. but we have to have the combo. 100 live viewers plus 50 plus likes because we're giving away 0.1 Bitcoin Cash. We didn't make it, so I can't give it away. But Eve, you said you would like to give away some of your products, your CBD Neo drops. You know what? I thought it would be an interesting solution since we can't, necessarily pick a random winner. Why don't you go ahead and tell people where they could find you, maybe on Facebook, and they could tag you, and you could pick one or two of the first people that reach out to you.
Let's go. I got a 1 hour drop of this spot. So the first 11 people tag me and say some hashtag happy whatever, take a picture, I don't care what, they can smile, they can be their cat, and honestly, I give it to all of my pets, okay? I give it to all of my pets, including my bird, my bearded dragon, my dog. Like, yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's really crazy.
I'm gonna see if I can find a link really fast for everybody. Yeah, I'll post that link in the description box, and they could find you that way. Your name is in the description box, so I guess they could search. If they copy and paste your name and paste it into Facebook, they'll be able to find you that way.
Yes, they will see my face with my eyes and it cover up with EOWMIA because I honestly believe that we still have soldiers that came back, and that's the reason why we have all those suicides because of the mental issues that are going on, and that is why I have this in my life because I do have PTSD. So this is what helps me, and I'm trying to help other veterans as well.
It's pretty interesting because I didn't expect anything at all. I was like, oh, this is gonna be so like taking a vitamin C or you know what I mean, something like that. Like if you take vitamin C, you don't feel any different, and that's what I thought would be the effects. But I actually tried it and for the first time, and it is a nice relaxing feeling. And I actually even had, and it's funny because you said you have this, I took a 5-hour energy and mixed it with that stuff, and it was the most mellow, hyper, feeling I got through the day without a crash. It was amazing. Yes, that stuff, AMDD up. I can't wait to try that.
I'm telling you, everything's smooth.
Alright guys, so in the description box below, I will post a link. You can go ahead and click that link. You'll get on Eve's Facebook page. Just go ahead, drop some hashtag hemp or Bitcoin's this shit, and she'll pick a random, what was that, 11 people, Eve?
Yes.
She'll pick a random 11 people to come in and, you can win some CBD oil, CBD drops, CBD chews, I think I saw.
And I have 10 samples of these.
Awesome. Alright guys, so make sure you go ahead and check out the description box below and you find Eve on Facebook, John Crothers, Cryptotherapy, and as always from the Nightly Show, thank you and have a day. Now I just have to figure out how I can exit from this because I had to do some weird Google Hangout stuff. Oh, here we go.
Are you off the air now?
No, we're not off the air yet. My computer froze. And I'm screen sharing. Alright, there we go. Thank you guys and have a day. Don't forget, hit thumbs up, share, subscribe, turn on the notifications. If we can get these nightly shows to 100 plus live viewers and 50 plus thumbs up, we'll give away 0.1 Bitcoin Cash. Thank you and have a night.